Hey guys, I'm sitting in some dead stop traffic, so I thought I'd try to get this video in while I can. I owe a few. And I want to talk about a unique situation that may apply to your crawl space, and it's an option people may not be telling you about. And I'm surprised I haven't talked about it before because it's more common than you might think, and that's this. Let's say that you know that you have high moisture content in your crawl space and the wood of your crawl space, upwards of 19%, and you already have a vapor barrier. Well, congratulations. Nothing but a dehumidifier is going to get you where you need to go, okay? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. No fans, no grading solutions, anything like that. You have high humidity and high moisture content. You need a dehumidifier. But the question is, do you need an encapsulation? So, most of the moisture transmitting into a crawl space is really not usually coming from the masonry unless you have a negative crawl space. Most of it's coming from the soil. So if you have a crawl space that was built well, the house was graded well, and maybe even the crawl space was backfilled with sand like we see more often when we're doing jobs in ion and stuff like that, congratulations, you may be a candidate to not get an encapsulation. If you already have a good vapor barrier that's not going to just fall apart, 20 mil and above, that's what I would consider a basic vapor barrier. We don't offer one less than 20 mil. But if you have a 20 mil or above vapor barrier and no signs of water flow into the crawl space, no riveting, pulling on the vapor barrier, if we can see that there's no efflorescence around the foundation wall, and in short, basically all that's happening is that air from the outside is getting into your crawl space and it's humid and the moisture content's going up, let's just seal it up, stick a dehu and a monitor in there and be done. Very easy and much, much, much cheaper. Typically, we're running $8 a square foot for an encapsulation right now, and that may go up. We'll see. Now, if you want to never worry about it again and have it warranted by moisture content, that may be worth it to you. But if you're unsure what you're going to do with the house and you want to save some money, which I totally get, then that could be a good option for your crawl space. Seal up the vents, seal up all sources of airflow, put a decent door on there, install the dehumidifier. Sure, it'll run a little more because we don't have everything wrapped in plastic, but if signs of water flow are very minimal or non-existent, it shouldn't run much more. Other than the first few days it'll take to reach homeostasis. And then let's stick a monitor in there so that we know if and when the dehumidifier fails, because again, if you don't monitor the crawl space, all you've done is make it a big, dark, sealed air bubble with zero light and zero air movement, which is a recipe for mold one day, so you gotta know. So that's an option that I haven't heard people talking about too much that can be very good to